Hey everyone, welcome back to the X-Ring. On today's episode, I have a semi-automatic gas gun and 6.5 Creedmoor. So this is the F1 Firearms. This is the BDR-10-3G. Guys, I'll show you some close-ups of this paint job. It's pretty awesome. But let's go ahead and start with what we've got here. So if you haven't heard of F1 Firearms, just think of F1 like Formula One for Formula One car racing, because they're going to be high speed, low drag. You're going to have a lot of the skeletonized accessories here. Big shout out to Ethan Manning over at Manning and Sons. If you want to follow him, go to ms_inc_1. You can go check him out. Carries a lot of the F1s, JPs. He's also a dealer for them. That's the easiest way to get in touch with him. So let's start with the build here. This has a Luth AR stock. It does have the adjustable cheek riser. And moving forwards, we're going to have the Radian Raptor. It is marked F1, the ambidextrous charging handle. It has the machine skeletonized grip. So this has all the bells and whistles. It also has the rose gold bolt carrier group. You guys see that right there? And they machine everything in-house. Now, if you're one of those people that likes, let me get this dark for you again. If you're one of those folks that likes to have the high-speed, low-drag look and everything else, the aesthetics, this would be a really, really good option for you. I've never owned any type of skeletonized firearm as far as the upper and lower. My understanding is they've just machined out everything that's non-critical, non-essential. No forward assist on this. And it is a good-looking piece of equipment. I know a couple of the team shooters. You got Brady and Luke Long and Chris Wiseman. I know those guys have no issues running these firearms, even when the conditions are bad. So maybe it's not the best choice for combat use or duty use or anything like that, but for competition, I think it is a great option. Remove the weight where you don't need it. You do have the key mod here. I believe they have upgraded this to M-LOK. There are a ton of different colors and configurations you can get. This does sport the 6.5 Creedmoor 1 1/8 twist barrel. Also has the Slay AR comp on here. They do machine all of this in-house. Now, playing with the firearm, I tell you what, it does feel great. My only complaint with this is the trigger. Now, this was actually sent to me from Ethan Manning, but it is F1's as a demo. But this trigger has some creep to it. It actually has a stop right in here, and that's my only complaint. And this is not a two-stage. It's a single-stage trigger. So before anybody says anything, that's actually the creep in it right there. It does have the adjustable gas block. And it will make a nice package. However, I'm shooting 147 grain, the Hornady ELD match. I don't know if it'll like it or not. I'm not expecting earth-shattering groups from this. If I can get, minute and a half or something like that at 100 yards, I think it'll be fine. We do have it topped off with an air attack and then an optic from Burris, the XTR2. So I think it'll work well. We'll shoot it out to 700 yards and see how it does today. Now guys, in F1's catalog, you're going to notice they have a slew of different paint jobs available for these things. Pretty much anything you want, they've got. So if you're really looking for that one-off to basically set yourself apart from everyone else, that F1 is definitely going to fit the ticket for that. Check those out. All right, let's get to shooting this thing. All right, so I've got a target out there at 100 yards. So I've got the 147 grain ELD match by Hornady. I haven't even shot this yet. I haven't even zeroed it, so I don't even know if it's going to hit the paper, but we'll go ahead and get it zeroed very quickly. What I'll do is I'll just do a 5-shot group, including the cold bore. We'll see how it does. Like I said, maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. I'll be surprised if I see better than a minute and a half or so shooting this. Don't know how it's going to like it, so let's go ahead and get started with that. All right, so just made an adjustment to get it as close as I could on that target. So let's go ahead and now do a 5-shot group. It's in the bullseye. That's about 2 inches to the right. Let's go one more. Okay, so after that first shot that went in the bullseye, it looks like the scope settled in. It kind of went to the right, but we have a group there that's about 1 3/4 inches. It's not the most impressive, but that's kind of what I expected from a gas gun. We don't know if it likes this weight grain bullet. It might like the 140 grain better. All right, guys, so we have our 100-yard zero. What we're going to do is we're going to go for 300 yards. 300 yards is going to be pretty close. I'm just going to hold in the reticle somewhere around 6/10 or so. That should be good enough to get me one on target. Let me go ahead and get the Tacticam going on here so you guys can see it. There's 300. Have a 100-yard zero on it. We'll hold about right in here, 6/10. Yeah, that was good. Actually a little high, but not a bad impact. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to 500 yards. Now at 500 yards, I don't know what the dope is. I have no clue. I could go to Strelok and guess, but if I were just guessing, I'm going to say it's probably going to be, I don't know, less than 3 mils. We'll just hold 3 mils and see what happens. Once again, a 10 by 18. 3 mils is right in there. See what happens. Okay, so way over the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold 1.5. All right, so that's an impact low. It's not bad. Let's go ahead and go and see if we can go 700. 700. So you guys can see the dirty target there. Not the big IPSC, but the dirty target. And then there's a 10 by 10 here. This is a 10 by 18. So let's hold that at about 4 mils. Let's see where we go. Actually, let's go for the middle IPSC, 4 mils. I'm going to hold left because of wind. Wow, first round impact at 4 mils. Wow, first round impact at 4 mils. Guys, like I said, don't overthink it. Even though this thing won't print a sub-MOA group at 100 yards, at least it didn't for me, you can still make those hits on, remember, it's only 10 by 18. So there's no replacement for a gas gun and speed, okay? It really isn't. But if you're looking for that pinpoint accuracy, that's where the bolt gun's going to shine. As far as the review of this rifle here, this is an awesome setup. It really is. Price point on this is probably going to be a little over $4,000. And it screams, look at me. It's one of those rifles. It really does. I mean, come on. It's bright red. It's got all of this upper and lower lighting. It is a nice setup. It really is. If it's your cup of tea and something that you like, go check out ms_inc_1 Ethan Manning over at Manning & Sons. And check out F1 Firearms. All made in the USA. They do most every single thing in-house with the exception of their triggers. And I think they use like Hellfire or Hyperfires or JPs. And man, it's a nice setup. So guys, hope you liked the review of the F1 Firearms and 6.5 Creedmoor. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.